Hello, hello, and welcome to the weekly energy weather report with me, Irina, your energy guide and alchemist. I am so excited to be here with you because we are kicking off October, and October is a packed month. So when I look at how the moon affects us, and the moon is a wonderful guideline to use because it gives you a lot of insight and information as to how you handle stress, the best way to heal. It shows you how to tap into your intuition. It shows you the past that you bring forward with you and how you can heal from that. So that's why I like to tune into the energy of the moon and pay attention to it, because it's something that affects us on a daily basis. The rest of the planets in the stars in the heavens above have an effect on us too, but those are larger things. That's when I like to get together with people and do a natal chart reading. Let's say they're getting ready to do something very big and bold in their life and they're wondering if the timing is right. That's when a natal chart can help. But day to day, I love to give you the tools so that you can harness the energy of the moon and step into the life you were born to live. So let's talk about this. So to get kind of a big picture of what's happening in the month ahead and even the week and how to prepare for it, I love to use my Inside of the Moon journal. And good morning, Diane. So great to have you live. So I know Diane has a journal and many of you too have it. But this is a great tool, and part of the reason I created it was so that you can begin to become aware of the patterns, and you can say, no wonder I'm so tired now, or no wonder I'm lacking the motivation, or I'm so excited to go for it. Because, for example, I had a client who was really concerned. Growing up, they had this well-meaning English teacher that her senior year told her, if you don't do the work now, you'll never do it. It'll never be completed. And this poor young lady at the time took it quite seriously and took it into her adulthood. So on the days when she didn't feel like doing it, and she thought, oh, senioritis is kicking in again, that English teacher was right, I'll never be able to get it done, she could look at the moon and see that the moon might be in a Scorpio energy, which wants to retreat and have that quiet, alone time. Of course she wasn't going to want to be out there in the world. It doesn't mean that she'd never want to do it or have the energy to do so, but maybe when the moon was in Aries, that might be a better opportunity for her to get the work done. So rather than beat yourself up, you start to discover, oh, it's about timing. Think of the Farmer's Almanac and how many people for centuries have used it to plant their crops. They swear by it. I was talking with a friend recently and she said growing up, her grandmother always had it out on the coffee table and she would refer to it every single day. That's how they grew their crops. So farmers and the like have been using the moon to guide them on their way. So without further ado, let's jump in. So what I do is because this is dateless, you can start anywhere you wish. And for me, I've gone to the month that's working with the sacred geometric shape of the Merkaba, also known as Metatron's cube. Very drawn to this because Libra energy, which is where we are right now, is about relationships and divine right balance. And the Merkaba is representing that very much. You have your 6 little circles here, and 6 is an energy that represents the Libra creative, harmonious nature. Now, part of the reason I love this is every month you have a series of rituals, affirmations, crystals to work with, and then you can plot out what is happening with the moon. So I've done this kind of in my overview way for October. So I know when I look at this, holy cannoli, October has 2 eclipses. Did you know that? We have one on October 14th, the solar eclipse, and then we have one on October 28th, a lunar eclipse. Holy cannoli, also known as a blood moon. And we also have a Friday the 13th. And that lunar eclipse is happening over Halloween weekend. So you've got a lot going on. But when you can start to see the patterns, you say, oh my gosh, October is meant to shake things up. It's meant to wake us up and bring us out of our complacency. That's what eclipses are all about. It's about to say, everything might have been okay, but if it hasn't been great or something's been draining you, we need to shift things and change things. It's the universe's way of course correcting us, and it's very, very exciting. So bringing as much balance and harmony in as possible is nice. In the journal, you also have that description and background about the sacred geometric shape and why it's important. I love using the shapes because all the data is right there within them. You also have the sacred rituals that you can utilize and go to. And we'll talk about that in a moment, the tracker to help you out. But I want to get into the nitty-gritty of the week and what to expect energetically. So I do love the affirmation. Every page has an affirmation when you're in the weekly section. And this is I am loved. It's a nice reminder because Libra energy is ruled by Venus, and Venus is all about love. So isn't that cool? Somehow, and that's why I'm so excited about this journal. It's dateless, use it intuitively. So many people have already added to it, like the amazing Diane who's on. She added a phonology wheel in the back. She's done other things, symbol codes that she uses. It's amazing. You can get very creative with it. But somehow you always are drawn to the place that can serve you best. So I am loved. That works really well. So the intention for the week, you can write it down here. For me, it's to listen and then to take action. There's a lot of shifts coming with those two eclipses. So it's important that meditation is a key piece of your practice. I'm going to really bring that in this month for everyone to support you. Then your top 3 things that you wish to work on, the crystal. Now let's talk about the crystal that really can help you this week. And it's one that I have for this month. It's blue lace agate. Have you gals and guys ever seen blue lace agate? It's so pretty. It helps you find your voice. It opens up the throat chakra, and it's wonderful for calming any fears or anxieties that you might have, because eclipses, if you think about it, back before humans knew what eclipses really meant, the sun just disappeared in the sky. It was very scary, and there was a lot of fear around eclipses. So you might feel these fears. Hello, Bev, great to have you live. So blue lace agate is a wonderful thing to do, that if you feel any fear or anxiety, because I do sense that it's around the month of October for a lot of different things, blue lace agate is a wonderful crystal ally to have on your desk, in your pocket, in your bra, but to have it close by. It's going to help you breathe more easily and to speak your truth, meaning you move beyond the fear, that false evidence that's appearing real, and you get into your heart space. Because when you're living from your heart or from your gut, then you're following your intuition. So you're not up in your head, but you're more in your solar plexus, that 3rd chakra. And this can help. So the ritual this week that I encourage everyone to do, I'm going to be doing, is working with the Merkaba or Metatron's cube. We'll go back to that in a second, the sacred geometric shape. And then you just pick a way to feed your spirit. Like, how are you going to feed your spirit this week? And for me, actually, it's going to be chanting. I'm going to use the mantra in the ritual section to help me shift the energy. And it has to do with the throat. Because I don't know about you gals and guys, but I'm definitely feeling the fear and the anxiety around this month. And that could just be me. You may not be feeling it at all. And that's perfectly wonderful. There's nothing to be fearful of. I feel that the collective energy, there has been lots of shifts happening, and people, empaths specifically, tend to tune into that. So it's important that we ground. So when you look at this week, the first thing that I want you to be aware of, and then I always kind of do here in the journal, boop, boop, there we go, is that here in the tippity top, you can color in or shade in what the moon is doing. And the moon, because we just had a full moon not too long ago, it's actually waning. So the light is getting smaller and smaller. So we go from this waning gibbous to the last quarter moon, which will be on Friday. And what does that mean for you? And why is the phase important? Well, if you know the phase of the moon, then you can say, oh, it's not a great week necessarily to launch that product or to rush right after that big dream. You can do it. It just might, it's kind of like swimming upstream, or maybe not waiting for the right wave. You can always do it. We have free will. But why not ride the energy that's present? This invisible energy that's around us all the time. Start to tune into it. And the energy of the week says it's about letting go. So the moon phase, waning. Let go of toxic relationships. We're in Libra energy. Let go of the things that don't bring you beauty or joy anymore, things that you don't necessarily value or find to add harmony to your world. Start to release it, let it go. And then as you come to the last quarter moon on Friday, it's a great opportunity for forgiveness, especially since Libra is about relationships. If there is something, and that's why I love this symbol, the sacred geometric shape to work with this week and month, the Merkaba. Some people say Merkaba, some people say, how did I say Merkaba? Merkaba. It means the body of light. It's a wheel of light. I was taught to say it Merkaba. Or was I taught to say Merkaba? Now I forget. Potato, patata. Anyway, this is about healing relationships. Divine right relationships with masculine and feminine energy. So you have the upward facing triangle. No, I can't do it. It's backwards here. And then you have the downward facing triangle. And with that energy, the upward facing triangle is masculine and the inverted triangle is feminine. And with that, you're looking for divine right relationship. That's why I love this so much. So we know that it's a time of relationships, about finding harmony and balance, about letting go. And we start off with the moon in Taurus this week on Monday. So we're reassessing, what do we really value? Where are our treasures? Taurus is about the physical, earthly possessions. Then we move into Gemini on Tuesday and Wednesday. And our mind starts to kind of reflect, and I'm saying cultivate because I feel like it's being, in the garden when you, what's that called? There's an aeration, but it's almost kind of like a cultivating of the soil or the earth. We're having that harvest moon come up, and we're preparing the soil so that we can plant our new dream with the new moon on October 14th. So let's get all the weeds out right now with the mind. Let's release the toxic thoughts, the old beliefs that might be holding you back. Because by the time you get to Thursday and Friday, the moon is in Cancer. And that's when we're going to move out of the head and into the heart, the emotions. One extra little bonus practice that I would give you is, if you're familiar with the Ho'oponopono, I'd invite you to practice that. It's a beautiful sacred Hawaiian prayer and tradition that asks for forgiveness. And sometimes you might find that you're also seeking forgiveness from not only yourself, but from others. So I invite you, however you are approaching this, tune into your heart. And it's 4 simple lines. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And you just repeat those 4 lines over and over until you start to feel the peace settle over your heart. And I have used that during times when I felt like all was lost. Maybe there was a mishap or a mistake, and it has brought such soothing healing and peace to my heart and to the relationships around me, whether I was the one doing the wrongdoing or someone had done it inadvertently to me. This is a powerful prayer that I encourage you to do. You can start to feel the shift. So as you go through the week, that's the energy ahead. If you have the journal, you can always pull a card for each day to just say, what's the most important thing I know, and you can write down your mood. I love that, because when you look back, you'll have this pattern to say, oh, well, you know what? When it was a Taurus moon, I was really kind of looking at my budget and trying to figure out, where's all the money going? What do I really value? Do I need to let go of anything? You'll be able to go back and find that. By pulling a card, it just gives you that legal insider information, what's coming up that we need to know about. So with that being said, I am going to pull a card for us, and I see things coming in. And Diane, you said you have a chakra crystal set that is in the shape of the Merkaba or the Merkaba. I'll set them in front of me and work with them. When I hold them, their energy is amazing. Yes, I get chills. That's wonderful. You can do a lot of fun chakra work with that too this month. Gorgeous. And Joni, you said this resonates with you. You're going through a divorce currently. Thank you for the information. You're so welcome. You said you're fairly new to this, but believe very much in the energy of the moon. Well, it's a joy to have you, Joni. Thank you for trusting me and allowing me to be your guide on this journey. I've seen amazing things happen when we just pay attention to the moon. And it could simply be something as, oh, it's a full moon. Watch out when you drive, especially the full moon in the Aries that we had. Because full moons, I mean, doctors, anybody who works in a hospital, teachers, police officers can tell you things go a little bit more wackadoodle and crazy with a full moon. They tend to be quieter with a new moon. So, all right. I'm going to encourage you to place your hand on your heart, and I'm going to pull a card for all of us. And you can just ask, what is the most important thing that you know about the week ahead? Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is saying, you know what, there are going to be distractions around you, like the little birdies are flying around this beautiful young gal as she's walking, trying to get her to look up, look over. Reminds me of that caw, caw. But she's not paying attention to the distractions. She's focused on her studies. She's even walking a tightrope. It's actually a sword that's between this crevasse. And she is getting all of these wonderful inspirational ideas. So this is basically saying, don't let the negative talk, don't let other people's gossip or fears or thoughts that are like Debbie Downers or negative Nellies crowd your mind. Stay connected to the things that bring you hope. And that might be a sacred text that you read every morning, whether it's poetry or verse or inspiration. That time in quiet, in study, will give you the bright ideas and the direction, I'm going to say the bright ideas and thoughts. I'm using my words carefully because this is swords energy, which is the realm of air. It'll give you the direction as to basically what your next best steps are. Don't look outside yourself, but turn to your sacred practices to guide you. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. If this has been helpful to you, then definitely click on the links around this to continue, but definitely subscribe, like this, share it with a friend if it's been helpful for you. I really appreciate you doing all that because that helps this information get out there and enables me to continue doing this as well. And if you're curious about the journal, I've got a link somewhere in the description or comments where you can pre-order a copy. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions, pop them in the comments. I love to be of assistance. All right, catch you all on the flip side. Bye, guys.